Let's go to Kampala now and our correspondent Grania Harrington for more. And Grania, what exactly has Bobi Wine been saying this Friday?
So at a press conference at his home earlier, Bobi Wine, he claimed he was winning this election by a long way. He called this election the worst case of rigging in Ugandan history. He used the phrase daylight robbery, and he accused soldiers of intimidating people and stuffing ballot boxes. He said in some parts of the country people didn't vote at all. Now, he stopped short of directly calling for any kind of action, but he did say whatever we do will be lawful, suggesting he might make a more direct call to action from his supporters. So he said he'll make another announcement later in the day, so we'll wait to hear what he has to say then. The Electoral Commission has responded to these claims by Bobi Wine, saying he needed to prove these accusations. They defended the transparency of the process and said that the internet blackout, which has been throughout the country since yesterday, hasn't affected the transmission of the results in any way. That's been disputed by several opposition candidates who say they've not been able to effectively observe the tallying due to the internet shutdown.
And Grania, is there a risk that Bobi Wine's comments will spark unrest in Uganda?
Well, as we know, this has been a hugely violent election campaign. There's been significant tension in the run-up to the vote. The president and the security services have repeatedly warned that any kind of unrest would be very firmly dealt with. The police chief saying before the election that anyone who caused trouble would regret the day they were born. We saw in November that when Bobi Wine was arrested, there were 2 days of riots, which led to the deaths of at least 54 people. So if Bobi Wine is arrested again for any reason, that would have the potential to be a significant flashpoint.
What are the international observers saying about this election?
Well, there are very few international observers, much fewer than in previous elections. The European Union, normally one of the main observer missions, haven't got observers here this year. They decided not to send a mission because they say none of the recommendations that they've made after previous elections have ever been applied. Some diplomatic missions here in Kampala sent observers across the country, and reports are patchy so far because of the internet blackout. But there are consistent reports of polling stations having opened late, of problems with the biometric voter identification system. But we're still waiting for a full report from both the diplomatic missions and the East African community observers. Local observers have also pointed to problems with the biometric system, but they said there was a high turnout, especially amongst younger voters.
Grania Harrington in Kampala, thank you very much indeed.